coached Bangladesh, he's coached West Indies, he was in the USA. He's had a lot of success in a lot of different corners of the world. I think whether they win or lose today, I think he'll have a lot of success too with Nepal. That's a diving stop from Michael Leage. Great technique, saves the single.
Yes, that ball was hung well outside the off stump and was actually moving away from him, chasing it. But in every department today, Michael Leage has been a big part of where Scotland find themselves at the moment. But still with work to do.
$50 for Bim Sharkey. And the crowd are going to acknowledge it. I think if you were watching on the ICC TV feeds, nice little moment for him. It comes from 67 deliveries. Played nicely. Just his 4th one-day international 50. I think he's going to get many more of them. He feels like a bit of a rock and a certainty for that middle order, that number 3 slots. And, well, he's played really, really well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been patient. He's kept the runs flowing. He hasn't necessarily gone on the attack too much, but he came in when his team was in a really tough spot. And, just built on that partnership with Sheikh. He kept it in there, and he's just kept it ticking over.
He was a leading run scorer for Nepal in the series of preliminary games that they had down in the United Kingdom. So he came in here in good form, in good touch. Scores of 40 and 11 in the series so far. He'd love to double that up and make a second century in one-day international cricket. We've talked about the paucity and the lack of them for Nepal. Amazing to think he only made his debut 3 years ago. He's often been touted as a young player with really big future. His fielding initially hit the headlines in some of the domestic competitions 6-7 years ago. Juicy full toss, served up, put away for 4. That old habit of Michael Leage bowling the occasional really bad one comes back to bite him there.
And what it's doing is it's stopping any real pressure. That one's just slipped. I think it was a full toss and a half. But it's just preventing pressure from really building up. He's still been able to find lots of singles with the occasional 4 being thrown in as well. Just keeping them in touch in the hunt.
Going to dash a quick single purely because Irie is so quick. Keep your eyes on the running. With Irie coming to the crease, Sharkey is pretty quick too. He's not as quick as Irie. I think the 2 fastest are Powdell and Irie in the team. But even when these 2 come together, just because Irie will take any fielder on. That was hit pretty much straight at Richie Berrington.
Well, Richie Berrington actually misfielded it a little bit just because they head off so quickly.
And look, he wants he wants a single again. Won't get it this time. Mackenzie Jones should be warming up. He's not. Both captains haven't been particularly proactive today. They feel like they've been a step behind. It feels like a no-brainer that you've got to get pace and bounce in against Irie early. 28 bowled, 142 for 4.
And still no sign of Mackenzie Jones as Mark Watt continues from the nursery road end. So Andrew Leonard's wishes are unfulfilled.
Really strange.
I mean, I didn't quite like seeing Watt and Leage come together for this middle over period, but I do take your point. They're tending to milk them. It's sort of both going at 5, 6 and over.
What it's also going to mean, the reason I'm suggesting holding Mark Watt back some over is he's really effective laterally in the innings when when the required run rate's escalated to a point whereby people have to attack him, he'll create wicket-taking chances at that point. He can bowl at any stage of the game, can even open the bowling. But it's really weird because even if Nepal need 9, 10 and over from the last 15, let's say, they're going to predominantly be doing it now against pace on the ball, which we've kind of, as we saw in the first innings, is going to go the distance most likely in the last 10, or could go the distance in the last 10. And you're also potentially putting Mackenzie Jones in a position where he might have to bowl at the death in a highly pressured situation on his debut.
Well, that was the point that I was thinking of, and we did say he tried to get some more overs a couple of days ago out of Jack Jarvis and Jasper Davidson in that middle over, I think particularly so that he wouldn't have to rely on them at the end. So it's might not be a bad idea to get him back now.
I suppose on the flip side of that, what Barrington is saying is, I'm just trying to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze here, build up some dot balls being bowled, and try and get that required run rate really high. It's nearly 8.5 and over now.
It is. The thing is, Watt has been a little bit more parsimonious, or a bit more frugal, but Leage has leaked a few. So it hasn't felt like it's really, although you look at that now, the run rate has actually dropped just below 5. And I think that's the first time we've seen that since right at the start. So
someone's shouting out there, Mel, get it up to 9s, get it up to 9s. They're talking about the required run rate. They've also kind of quelled the Nepal fans who've been